Welcome to Dittmer Park in Mount Gravatt, Brisbane for round one of NEFL Northern Conference Action 2013. I'm Rod McDonald, with me is Craig Miller. Craig, we've had a great start to round one already. 3 games played, 3 terrific games, but all in the wash up at 3/4 time. Saw Morningside beat Labrador by 4 goals. Saw the NT Thunder surprisingly beaten, and here we've got the rebuilding Mount Gravatt in phase 1 of a rebuild year against Redland, who finished 4th last year and will be looking to go one better. That's umpire Aaron Hall, who was trialling for a senior berth on the AFL panel, and a nice bounce there to bounce off the season here. There's a tackle there and they're wrapped up. Some big names missing from the Mount Gravatt lineup this year, Craig, and mentioned the names of Gilliland, Veering, Evans, Lake, Fafaro. There's an awful lot of talent missing, a lot of young guys coming in.
There is, Ron. It's a very good point. They're definitely in a real beating phase, the Mount Gravatt Vultures, and looking at this, they're an exciting young team. See how they stack up against a pretty experienced Redland side. Phil Cast gets brought down from behind. Push in the back.
That'll be 50 metres there against the Vultures. That was Jonathan Proud, the brother of Albert Proud, a terrific player for the Brisbane Lions and certainly Mount Gravatt in years gone by. Applied a very strong tackle there onto Phil Cast, who's had 2 touches already. Cast noticed in clashes between these two sides last year. Cast was in the best players on both occasions. He'll certainly be one that the Vultures will have to lock down on today.
Yeah, definitely. He's an experienced player. Just a bit unlucky there in the back. It was a good chase down from behind, but as they cross out to Howard spots up the short pass inside to Zoof on his trusty left foot, goes inside 50 to a 2-on-1 over the back. Lucky one there. Pullman can't apply the tackle. Ball's in scrimmage. Mount Gravatt clear out of half-back flank out to open space. It's all Redlands out here though, Ron.
Yeah, we want to point out that it's a good 30-32 degrees here in Brisbane today, and the humidity is absolutely stifling as Zoofer again runs down from half-back to send the Redlands deep into attack. Got his foot to the ball there and scored the first goal of the season. Was Chris Thompson. Sharked it well at the back there. Plenty of carry on the football there. Looks like the Mount Gravatt defence got caught out underneath the ball, and we're only 2 minutes into the first quarter and Redlands have got their first goal.
Yeah, it looks like Redlands are just purely just trying to bomb it in long there, Ron, and Chris Thompson over the back. Great to see Chris Thompson back into the Redlands lineup. Had a year off footy and found lost his way there a bit with footy as a whole, but his brother's playing his 100th game today, Matt Thompson, so Redlands Junior, and great that his brother can kick the scoreboard along with the first goal for the afternoon. Yeah,
Matt Thompson, wearing number 3 for the Redland Bombers, has been a terrific player. Debuted at 16 years of age when the team was getting pumped absolutely every week, and it's a credit to the Testament, as that's another strong bump there by Proud. Testament to the perseverance of the young fella for sticking with the club and seeing the good times start to roll, as Luke Scott there sees the ball over the boundary line. As we mentioned, very, very hot conditions, so it'll be interesting to see the fitness levels of the relevant sides. Mount Gravatt have certainly got a much younger team in this year. It's like Ruckman are going to go up there. That was big Jason Paxman, who's been a very good player for the Bombers over the last couple of seasons. Mount Gravatt mounting attack. They've won their share of the ball early going here. Goes up to full football. Early jump there before acceptances and the big fist from over the back. Zoofer, who's been in everything, sees the ball over the line.
Yeah, young Dick Foss there. He's a solid boy from Mount Gravatt, led out with Mowat. He's a sizeable lad from the Western Magpies. He should be a welcome addition. He's got a lot of talent from the famous Dick Foss family up here in southeast Queensland, Ron, so I'd be excited to see how he goes today.
Yeah, come across as a Western Magpie with coach Peter McLennan, first-year coach here. That's Jamison, feeds out the handball. Scruppy old kick there. Big chance here for the Bombers. They're on downfield. Thompson again, he's busying himself.
It's a beautiful
centering kick. That's great run down there by Rogers. Is forced to kick, but it's going to go over the top there. Is that Pullman in the square? Josh Pullman, the leading goal kicker for the Redland Bombers for the last 2 seasons. 110 goals in 36 games. He's going to line it up for his 111th career goal.
That was Big Gartner, Ron, the big boy from St Kilda. He's moved up from Victoria this year. Spent some time at St Kilda's list, and he's a very late pickup for the Redland Bombers, but he's a big lad. I saw him in the warm-up, and there's no doubt that with him and Pullman up forward, they're going to be a very hard combination to match up on. Pullman puts it through.
He's made no mistake, so at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, the Redland Bombers have got themselves 2 goals. That's 12. Mount Gravatt yet to score. Talk about Gartner, he's a like-for-like replacement for Scott Clouston, who was the red-hot favourite for the Grogan medal last year. Just missed out on it, but certainly at Redlands he was seen very much as the premier player in the competition. Strong marking, hard leading, big tank Clouston. Big loss to the competition, gone down to Werribee. But Gartner, probably not quite as strong in the air, but does some very good work on the ground, and he certainly found some space there as Paxman up against Malone. Malone won it. Kept up in the air, uses his strength there, does Proud. As Jamison feeds the ball out, not to anybody's advantage. There's Salter, the Grogan medalist from last year for Redlands. Wraps up his opponent there. That ball's not going to come out, and the umpire says, let's bounce it up. In the middle of Dittmer Park, you can see there's been plenty of rain in Brisbane over the last couple of months, so the ground should be in reasonably good condition for the players. Ball spills out again. The Bombers are running forward there in numbers. Mount Gravatt are back there. That's Zuffa. That was a clever little handball out of the pack there to Ben Landry, another new player for the Bombers this year, but he's missed everything, and the ball will come back in. Yes,
so Ben Landry from Mount Eliza, Ron, he's a Josh Norman put the club onto him, former Redland player who's currently down at Mount Eliza, and said that this young fella needs to play at the next level. He's got plenty of ability, and they've got a lot of faith in him down at Victoria Point.
Well, Daniel Zuffa has really injected himself into the game, and he looks like he's just playing that floating role from half back, and he's going to kill Mount Gravatt if he's allowed to run free like that all day. He puts it out in front of Pullman. He goes one hand, consequently spills it up. That's Rogers. He's found Luke Scott. He's got a man running for him downfield. There's Greg Lavey, another Western.
Beautiful kick inside.
Good defensive spoil there by Adam Boone over the top of Dick Foss. Dick Foss struggling to cover the ground as Boone. It's a nice pass.
So Pullman, brother of Josh Pullman, moved over from Western Australia. Swan Districts played at the National Championships for Western Australia, and plenty of raps on him too out of Victoria Point.
Yeah, had osteitis pubis there for a couple of years that really slowed him down as Salter gets himself involved again. Looks downfield. That's Thompson in his 100th game. Salter backing up beautifully. But he's kicked on a stretch. Looks like Gavin Gross has gone back there down in their defence, the co-captain. Mopped up beautifully. Now he's got the run. Rogers has been busy early.
Young Rogers, Troy Rogers, looks inside 50, kicks up. Beautiful long kick, cut off by Pullman.
Yeah, some very big raps on Pullman. Pullman that, like you said, Funky, he's played a lot of state football as a junior. The OP slowed him down. Rated very, very highly at Swan Districts. They had big, big hopes for him as a potential draft candidate. So maybe as a 21-year-old, just getting his football career back on track, and no better place than the NEFL Northern Conference to do it.
Yeah, he's just done 6'1", and he plays as a midfield halfback flanker, so he's got a fantastic engine. He's in really good nick, and it's just great to see guys that go through those types of injuries run back out on the footy park. So I'm sure that he'll work his way into the game today, and no doubt over the course of the season be a valuable player for Redlands.
So it's Hunter in the ruck for Redlands against Malone for Mount Gravatt. Won their share of clearances so far, Mount Gravatt. Good defensive work there by Howard, the former St Kilda player. Umpire says too high, so it's going to be a free kick here to Mount Gravatt. Dick Foss on the lead.
Good contest, Esther. He won't miss from here on.
Oh, give a bloke a rope, Funky. What do they say? Reece Estel normally is very reliable around goal, but he's missed that one off a step. And the Vultures are on the scoreboard for the first time in 2013. They're behind. They trail by 11 points. And almost 10 minutes into this first quarter.
It's an interesting matchup down there. Mowat and Pever Wright, the Richmond rookie, played for Vic Country at the under-18s a few years ago, and he's a big lad, Ron. He's a very, very solid boy, very quick off the mark, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that battle unfold over the course of the 4 quarters.
Well, Gavin Gross, the Mount Gravatt co-captain's taken the job on Gartner. Centre half back, kicked 34 goals and headed the goal kicking for Mount Gravatt last season, in the season where the Vultures, they'd played 6 finals series in a row, dropped back to 8th last year and only got off the bottom of the ladder in the final couple of rounds as Jesse Green gets a good handball off there, coming off half back the Vultures, the man on here downfield, but they're getting the numbers back there, and that's a good mark by Josh Veering, the former Mount Gravatt player. Veteran, played a lot of great games for Mount Gravatt, a very, very good state player, a state vice-captain. One of those guys who could have made a real handy, useful contribution as an AFL player, but never given the chance. And now at his new club, he'll be very keen to have a win today. As that's neat, gets a scrappy kick away. Oh, clever work there on the boundary. This is Salter. Salter gets it off towards Chris Thompson. He's got the run again. Salter has been heavily involved. Dinky little kick looking for Pullman, and he kept his head there beautifully, lowered the eyes, which he hadn't done on the last occasion. And this one's come up trumps with Pullman to shoot from 45 metres on a 45-degree angle. Josh Pullman, former Swan Districts player, state squad member, 2011.
This is probably he's not the greatest kicker goal, Ron. He's very good close, sort of 30 metres out. He's just on his distance here, but he's been kicking well over the pre-season. We'll see how it looked from right behind here. Strays it across to the right-hand side, one behind. The scoreboard, 2-1-13 Redlands to one behind Gravatt.
So we tick past 10 minutes into the first quarter. Andrew Scott, another terrific veteran who's going to have to show a lot of leadership for Gravatt. So many young players around. Looks down to the wing for Daniel Mowat. Big fly from behind, couldn't grab it. That was Estel, put himself front and square. Good work. Luke Scott's in front here. Clever body work. Takes the ball, goes on. He's looking for Dick Foss. He's in the best position to mark. Got the drop on Boone. That was good ball movement. They got it down there quickly, gave the forwards every chance, and now Dick Foss will shoot for Gravatt's first goal 11 minutes into the first quarter.
Just a fantastic kick inside 50. They're really to the advantage, and Boone was just caught out. Didn't read it well off the flight, off the boot, and the flight of the ball, and Dick Foss for his first goal in knee full footy.
And that was great body work by Luke Scott, has set up that goal. Dick Foss made no mistake. That'll do his conference the word of good. So goal number 1 to Gravatt. 11 minutes into the first quarter. And look, I know they conceded the first 2 goals, but they've certainly had their fair share of forays into inside 50, Funky. I'd suggest they might have even been forward more often than not. Dick Foss was well covered there early, but he managed to get the break on that occasion, and it's probably no surprise that Andrew Scott was the one who stonewalled that move, got it forward, and it was Luke Scott who did all the really hard work there across half forward.
Yeah, I think probably the only concern for Gravatt is the Grogan medalist Tom Salter has had a number of possessions in Zuffa thus far, so Stewart's really going to have to clamp down on him, on Tom Salter across there, and Zuffa up on a half forward flank is really dangerous. But they're really having to crack these young vultures, and it's great to see as they go in for the ball there. And big scrimmage, the umpire balls it up, forward half of the ground for Redlands.
Todd and Troy Jamison both on the bottom of those packs as Mark Pennington, the veteran, against Paul Hunter. And they've been very, very good around the packs. This is veering. Oh, man's just come off the boundary line. Ball didn't quite sit, but it will do. Dinky little pass there up forward, finds Bain. Bain, another newcomer to Redlands, goes, overshoots Pullman. Oh, got a bit of a nudge. Not seen Thompson pulled off the ball. This is Gross, read it beautifully. I'm more than happy to let it go through for a rush behind. They move to 2-2, the Bombers. Gravatt 1-1. The ball quickly comes in the other side.
Good pickup. Fantastic pickup there as he kicks inside 50. Up to Mowat, right from behind. Good defensive spoil from right. The ball on the half-forward flank.
Yeah, moving the ball well, Gravatt. It looks like both sides are freeing up a defender on the opportunity where they can. Let's say Stewart's tightened up on Salter there as Hunter wins the knockout. Nobody in particular. Estel's been busy. Wraps up that man there in a tackle.
Brewer.
Is Brewer, newcomer. Jesse Green can't get a handle on it. Proud takes it over the boundary line for another throw in. It's going to be very, very hard work for the players. These are very, very trying conditions. It's not just hot in the air. It's the humidity that's going to be stifling. So it's Hunter slung around the ball. That's Jamison's been good at groundwork. Jamison Todd. Out towards Proud. Proud gets a little handball, but it misses the target. This is Cars. Well blocked there by Jesse Green, and we're going to get ourselves another throw in. Plenty of numbers around the ball. There's a few hands on knees already out there.
The pressure from Gravatt has just been fantastic on the first 15 minutes of these first quarter. Everything that Peter McLennan would want from his young troopers.
Well, you might not be the most skillful, but you can be enthusiastic, and that's certainly what they've done. Is that kick's chopped off there by Brewer. Got men breaking out onto the members' side wing here. It's good work there by the Vultures. Looking forward again for Luke Scott. Out of position. Sorry, that was Mowat. Good work just to body his opponent out of the way. This is Proud on the outside of the pack. Probably had more time than he realised there, Funky, and he's just missed to the right-hand side.
Yeah, he did, but he's an imposing figure, Big John Proud. He's definitely trimmed down from last year, and he's a handy acquisition for the Vultures when he's up and running.
Zuffa's got the sit under this, marked strongly. Looks to play on at every attempt, gets him round onto the non-preferred right foot. He was dumped after the ball was delivered. Thompson Matt wastes no time in moving the ball on. Landry's got the jump there on Rogers. He's got a man back there to dish off to. And it's going to be the long kick towards the square, but Pullman had let out. And Gavin Gross, as he's done on a number of occasions already early in this game, reads it superbly. Onto that raking long left foot, he's found Jesse Green. Green, he's put it at the feet of Proud. That's going to make it hard for him. Tried to knock to his advantage, but there's plenty of bombers out there in support. There's 3 men on in the middle. Salter's one of them. He can give it over to Zuffer if he wants to, but he elects not to. He elects to go by foot. This man's round. He's got the lead on again by Pullman. Good work by Pullman. He's working hard, Funky. He's covering some ground down there for a full forward.
Beautiful kick from Pringle there. It was a fantastic pinpoint pass into the full forward. Everything a full forward wants lace out. He's about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle run, so once again this might test him, but he's very confident in his line-up here.
Zane Pringle been busy early too, another former Western Magpies player, linked up with Coach McLennan. Pullman's pulled the last one to the right, he's pulled this one to the left. Another minor score, 2 Redland, who move to 2, the scoreboard says 2-2, I think it's 2-3, Mount Gravatt 1-2. Ball's on the outer side again with the Vultures. Scrubby old kick forward there. Couldn't find a target veering. Oh, it's pinched by Ajita there, the Papua New Guinean who played up in Townsville last year. This is Mowat, gives it back to Ajita. There's nobody down. The quick kick downfield was never going to achieve any success, and that's Peaver Wright.
The numbers out wide here. If he looks out wide, he's got the switch here, but it looks like umpire just clearing the numbers away. Still got some numbers, Redland's on the switch.
Oh, dangerous kick
dangerous
back
kick
there.
Inside 50. He's got no numbers
Fierce
here.
tackle by Dick
run in and
Foss.
kick an open goal. Oh, and he's missed it. So that could have really hurt the Bombers there with the lack of structure there across there from Paxman. Boone on the kick out. 2-2-14 to 1-3-9. Short pass into Landry. Landry's moved a long way from half forward to now deep into the back pocket. He's looking for options. He has got Paxman. Paxman presents. Good defensive spoil there for Yoshira. Tyler Jones tackled by Stewart. The ball goes over on the half-forward flank for the Mount Gravatt Vultures.
Well, it's a goal the difference here. The scoreboard's wrong. It's a goal the difference. 16-minute mark of the first quarter. 2-3 Redland plays 1-3 Mount Gravatt. Rucks go at it. Paxman. Malone wins it down to Jamison. Had his arm pinned. Brewer's been impressive early. This is Ajita. Got his first touch and now he's got a couple more. There's a Green. Green off one step. Probably didn't look. Proud took front position when he wasn't originally caught behind. Right, clever little handball out. He's going to have to back up again. Ducks through the high tackle. That was clever vision by Peaver Wright. He's found Landry in all sorts of space. He's got 2 men on. This looks like Scott Pullman. Gives it over to Salter. Sorry, that was Pringle over to Salter, who's been busy. That's a clever-looking kick off the boot. Tom Salter is all class. The Grogan medalists opened up in fine form in the first 17 minutes of this first quarter, and he's kicked the third for Redland. The Bombers moved to 3-3-21. Mount Gravatt 1-3-9. They caught them out on the counter-attack there quite comfortably there, Funky.
Yeah, Landry obviously had the ball down deep in the back pocket and found his way up onto the wing, and Peaver Wright was just fantastic. Second, third effort, and then a quick hit out to the wing, and there's Landry by himself. So Salter just come off the interchange. Perfect timing there with their rotations, and it was a beautiful finish from the Grogan medalist.
It's a handy two-goal break to the Bombers here. It's been very, very even in general play. Certainly Mount Gravatt have been very, very willing. Yes, it's just going to be a test of how long they can stay willing in this heat. This is Andrew Scott. They've been pinged for a throw there, the Vultures. So Matty Thompson in his 100th game, he's going to take the kick. No, he's not. It's going to go to Phil Cars.
Brad Reese, my
mistake.
To Thompson. Thompson with the ball. Looks out wide. It's got Zoof with the left footer. Hands up in the air with the sun. There's the leads from Pullman. Plenty of congestion inside that defensive 50 there for Redlands. The ball comes in long. The pack forms. Oh, big fly there, I think, from Thompson. Gross handballs out to Stewart. Stewart with the ball takes a bounce. Looks inside. Donald Barry left footer, long kick. Oh, it's a bad kick, Brian. He's kicked it straight to Peaver Wright. Peaver Wright marks it half back, kicks inside to Reese. Reese will take uncontested mark. He's got the numbers out wide. Tom Salter again. Tom Salter looks up, kicks to centre wing. Zane Pringle.
A lot of Bombers players knocking up a lot of possessions early here, Funky.
It just looks evident, Ron, that the Vultures just pressing back inside defensive 50, so letting Redlands get those easy kicks across half back, but really trying to create some pressure down in the defensive half.
That's Barry again on the left foot. Oh, great mark from behind by Luke Scott. Isn't he all class, Luke Scott? Sends it out wide. There's a man on running for him in there.
Greg Lavey.
Forward pocket, and Greg Lavey.
Good composure by Mowat. He could have bombed it long, but he had Dick Foss available, but he chose to chip it over the top, and Lavey's taken a nice mark, 45 degree angle and 35 metres out.
So the former Western Magpies getting themselves involved in the game early. Dick Foss got one. Lavey's got the second for Mount Gravatt. 2-3-15 Mount Gravatt. Trail Redland 3-3-21. They bring the margin back to a goal 20 minutes into the first quarter, and they certainly don't look out of their depth at this stage, Mount Gravatt.
I think you alluded to the point a little bit earlier, Ron. You can ability's only part of playing a game of footy, and their endeavour and commitment to the footy has been fantastic in this first 20 minutes of the first quarter. So Peter McLean will be very happy with the start that they've got. The key will be now is the red time, I suppose, the junk time, as we allude to, is whether they can control the Redlands team. But it's been a fantastic start by the Vultures.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether the youth at this level will provide them with a run in the final few minutes, or whether it'll be the more experienced bodies, as Barry gave it to Andrew Scott. Luke Scott, he is looming very much as the danger man. Both their goals so far have gone through Luke Scott. Bombers have had the chance to get numbers back, but they've left a little hole there right at the top at centre half forward, and that looks like Rogers. No, it's Jamison. Todd Jamison. Put himself at the bottom of several packs. All Gruel wants to be careful. Jamison, this will be right on the edge of his range, you would think, a 50-metre line. A good performer for the Vultures over the last few years.
Good kick running.
He's gone the hook for distance, and it's worked beautifully, and we've got ourselves a tied ball game. 2 goals in the space of a minute for the home side, Mount Gravatt. 3-3-21 apiece, and look, we've said it right from the start, Funky, that they've been very, very competitive, and now they've got reward for effort.
Yeah, the Jamison boys have been fantastic in this first quarter, both Todd and Troy, and that's a classy finish from just outside 50. Probably poor checking by Redlands there when they had plenty of numbers there, but they were more or less looking deep as opposed to looking shallow, and they got caught out on the short kick, and it's a fantastic finish.
Well, Adam Boone's got the big job on Luke Scott at this stage, and Scott has certainly worked his way on top in that battle. They've switched up now. There's been a number of switches. That's like Sam Pullman is now going onto Luke Scott, so it'll be interesting to see how that works as Salter again. Dinky little kick on the left foot. That's Sam Godfrey. He's going to have a bounce. He can have another if he wants. Cleverly gets onto the correct boot, goes forward, and Neat running back just manages to get his hands to the football. Fraser Neat, a 20-year-old Mount Gravatt junior prospect, showing plenty of desperation there in defence.
Yeah, they've got a lot of young players out there today. It's a kick in from Mount Gravatt. It's long, out wide, good effort there. The ball's being recouped. I think it's Estelle with the ball. Looks up, hasn't got anyone to go to, goes backwards to Gross. Gross kicks inside. Inside to Rogers. Rogers with the handball off. Out to Stewart on the wing. He's got plenty of time. Cast in pursuit. Just got to sit for him. Sits up for the left footer. Kicks inside 50 to Mowat. Didn't quite have the legs on it, and the ball has gone out of bounds 40 metres out from the Mount Gravatt line. Probably
not a bad result for Mount Gravatt, because they can get some numbers down there into attack now and bottle this, try and lock this into their attacking 50 arc. Dick Foss is going to take the ruck. Gets first possession, gives Barry's down there a ground level to win it. Scrappy little kick forward. That was good body work by Alex Dick Foss. He doesn't look like the fastest man going around, but he's certainly got some body strength.
Yeah, he's a big boy up against big Paul Hunter, the kid from northern New South Wales. So 2 up, Dick Foss wins it. Quick kick out, right over the top. Boone probably should have went with the hands. Veering, gets the hands out to Salter. Salter fumbles, runs it out, handball over the top. Pullman intercepted by
Luke Scott. There's almost an early goal of the year contender. He's the intercept handball. The basketball bounced back up to himself, and he's only just put it across the face of goal.
Oh, he's been electric in the first 20 minutes here, Ron. He was picked in the state squad last year. He's a fantastic player. Went close in their BNF last year too. So he's off to a good start to the 2013 season. Right, kicks inside to Pullman. Sam Pullman with the ball in the back pocket. Looks up. He's got short options inside to Zuffa. Zuffa. Not a lot of movement up the ground now for Redlands. There's blue jumpers everywhere. Zuffa kicks it up to Hunter. Touch ball, play on to Cast. Cast got Salter out the back. Salter gets around Gross. Handball inside to...
This is Pringle. Ball spilled free, says the umpires. Tom Salter, he has been everywhere, has made the intercept, put it in front of Thompson, who cleverly kicks it to his own advantage. He's got the runner coming outside him in Reese. A clever little tap to himself. Beats two, but that's a good tackle by Neat. Ball spilled free, says the umpire, but that man Salter again runs onto it. Is it going to come around? It looks like
the post, I think,
has just shaved the post. Yes, it has. Good call there, Funky. It was on the on the inside, but it's just scraped the post. So that gives Redland the lead. They move out to a 1 point lead. They're 3-5-23. Mount Gravatt a 3-4-22. With 25 minutes into what's been a very entertaining first quarter as Gross soars high. He's got Rogers on for him. Didn't have much in front of Brewer. Plays on immediately. This is Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott will look down the ground. Brother Luke Scott free again. Ball will sit for him, yes it does. Spins around Hunter, lines up on the right boot, but he didn't quite gain his footing. Mowatt's grabbed it. Has it gone out of bounds? Umpires are going to say, have a look at this. They'll check for it. Mowat reckons he's taken the mark.
Yeah.
The umpire says yes he has, so Pever Wright will be on the mark. Daniel Mowat, what can he do? Oh, he's got Andrew Scott's run down from defence unmarked. Gee, Coach Greg Seaton Lonsdale won't be happy about that. Andrew Scott's run probably a good 100 metres to get that ball.
It's the second time now, Ron, that they've gone loose inside on the short check, and poor defence from Redlands there, so they'll be very disappointed. Coach killers, as they allude to, I guess, at quarter time will be one thing that Seaton Lonsdale will be addressing with his troops.
Andrew Scott moves in deliberately, looks like he's missed to the near side, he has, and that locks up the scores again at 3 goals, 5 apiece.
Zuffa kicks to himself, looks up long, takes a bounce, gets the shepherd there from Veering on his left, up to centre wing. Numbers here though, Estill takes the mark.
It's amazing the number of times that you come to Mount Gravatt as Estill gets the ball. The home side seems to kick behinds, even through the glory years. From 2006 to 2011, they struggled to kick goals, and they've kicked 3-6 again. So the umpires found a free kick to Jonathan Proud,
called a shepherd there, so Proud's got a shot on goal here, tight angle.
So the young fella braves the snakes in the long grass down there in the forward pocket. Jonathan Proud, his brother was a very, very neat left footer. See what his skills are like on the right. It looks like he's kicked that with the instep right across the face of goal, and it's on the full. And young teams in hot weather against experienced teams, they probably want to be making a little bit more of their opportunities, Funky.
Yeah, they've definitely got to make the most of those, but they're rotating quite heavily, the Vultures, so that's a good sign to make sure they get through these difficult conditions today. The umpire calls it back for Boone not going behind his mark, so definitely sticky, but they definitely need to make more of the opportunities. Kicks it long, Boone up to Hunter. Mark Vosfos competes, Brewer. Good effort there from Malone, hands it off to Barry. Kicks inside, he's got the sit here. Oh, they've intercepted each other, Estill and Proud.
Luke Scott again across the body. That's almost another freak goal to Luke Scott, but they've kicked their 6th behind of the quarter, the Vultures. 3-6 at the 28-minute mark, plays 3-5. This is Pever Wright, the Richmond recruit. Goes long, Green's under this. Bain comes from behind, couldn't grab a handle on it. Cast splits through the pack, taps it to the advantage of Landry. Held his feet beautifully in the pack as Cast butters up again. Gives it to Brewer. He's got Zuffa running for him. Zuffa's got a man on the middle if he wants him. Elects to go long on that trusty left boot. Didn't look. Pullman flies from behind. Couldn't pull it down. They've got 2 men there at ground level. Bain kicks it across his body, and he's missed from a difficult angle. As again as the flying defensive smother there. Can't quite make out that man. It might have been neat there, but great work by the Vultures.
As the ball gets kicked out from fullback, but it's gone long and gross. And that's the quarter time siren. So as it reads, it's 3-6-24 to Redlands, 3-6-24 Mount Gravatt. It's an entertaining first quarter, Ron, and there's no doubt that Peter McLennan will be very, very happy with that start from a young Mount Gravatt team. So Greg Seaton-Lonsdale will be addressing his troops. They've definitely got to make sure that they man up inside the defensive 50. They've been far too loose, and even their entries inside 50, they haven't really got the reward that they're probably entitled to every time they've gone inside.